Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is now time for the best real estate podcast online. It is time for Lakeway Area Real Estate Talk Live with Mike and Dave Elkins, presented by Elite Realty Group.
As each and every show that we do, we try to bring you some valuable real estate information to this show. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to give you some, we like to goof a little bit, but we like to give you some good information also concerning the real estate business, the real estate arena. We like to give you that information. So we're going to be talking about today 4 repairs or upgrades that you need to do before selling your home. And I will tell you, in looking at these and talking about them this morning when Dave and I were talking about what we're going to do on the show today, these are some really good tips.
Oh, yes,
these are some really good things. And when we see people, what I'm going to say, disqualify a home from being the one they purchase, these things are pretty high up on the list is why. Yep. They're way up there. So again, if you're thinking about selling your home, or you have someone that's trying to sell their home, or you're going to be selling your home in the future, you'll want to pay attention to this information today. Again, 4 things, 4 repairs or upgrades, you could put that in both categories, that you need to do before selling your home. So I'll get us kicked off here today. The first thing you need to do is, and you've heard us speak about this before, you've heard us speak about it in maybe curb appeal, but one of the first things you need to do, repairs or upgrades, throw them in the same box, okay, is upgrade the exterior of your house. All right?
Yes.
The exterior. Notice that right there. We're going to talk about the interior probably here in a little bit, but upgrade the exterior of your house. Now, here's what we got to say to you. Think about your marketing pictures, okay? Think about putting the for sale sign in the yard, people driving by. They get a perceived notion. They get a perception about your house by the way the exterior of this house looks.
They do.
I see this very rarely, and again, it's very, very rare, but people, what's the first picture? What's like the feature picture of every house?
It's actually a rule that it has to be the front exterior of your house.
That's for our MLS.
That's on our MLS, yes.
Absolutely.
So our board, it's required. It has to be the outside front of the house.
So now, repairs and upgrades. While we're telling you to do that, if there's problems there, people are going to stop. They're not even going to look at the rest of the pictures.
No.
They're going to disqualify that house because of what they see in that first picture. All of the marketing that goes out, even on the internet, if it has to be that way through our board, most of these sites, Zillows, Realtor.coms, all those people, they grab our board data, which is that first picture, the exterior of the house.
That becomes your profile picture.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what people see about your house. So repairs to that, upgrades to that can not only help you again with that marketing pictures, with those things that people see, but the second thing is a lot of times people will see, oh, there's a new home for sale on First Street. And I'm just using First Street as an example. Let's go drive by. Let's go drive by. You know, here's the picture. Let's go drive by that. They drive by that and they don't like what they see because of the exterior. Now again, that can go along with siding, brick, block, rock, shrubbery, grass being cut, power washing.
I've got right down here, you know, make sure if you got siding, something like that, pressure wash the house, keep the grass mowed, keep the weeds cut. I mean, that's just stuff that
it helps so much because again, it's kind of like, again, you made a good assessment there. It's like a profile picture.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what everybody looks at. Do I even look more, or do I just keep scrolling the page?
I think it was like Mom said last week when she filled in for me and done a great job, by the way, but I think she said that she had people, I think we all have, you've had those people where you drive up to the house and they totally make their decision on that outside appearance.
Absolutely.
They never even get out of the car.
What it looks like.
Nah, we're good. We're not even going to go.
Absolutely. So again, we're talking about today 4 repairs or upgrades that you need to make before selling your home. Very good advice and tips here that you need to do. Again, just our opinion. This isn't anything legal. This isn't anything financial. This is just our opinion. So number 1 is update the exterior. What do you got for number 2?
Check your air conditioner.
Let's talk more
That's
about
one of
that.
the biggest expenses, other than I would say the roof,
Yes.
which I think we might have that on here later too. But that potential buyers, they want to know, is the air conditioner in good shape? Does it heat good? Does it cool good?
Yes.
So if you don't, I'm talking about me here. I can only know that by going up and looking on the wall, and seeing if the thermostat's got it set on what I got it set on.
Absolutely,
if that's right.
Yes.
So, but have somebody, have a professional, just have them come out and service it that way. It might be, I have no clue, a $50, $75 charge. I have no clue. But when that buyer can look and see, oh, they just had it serviced.
Yes.
Huge. That's a huge difference.
Absolutely.
I also got wrote down is keep your inside filters changed.
Absolutely.
I don't know how many times I've been showing a house and a buyer will open up that filter thing and look and see, is your filter clean or dirty? Because in their mind, if it's completely dirty, they're thinking, they've not took care of this system.
They've been running and working hard.
Yeah, man, this system, I bet it's on its last leg because it's struggling to breathe because of this filter.
Right. And put yourself in those buyers' shoes in looking at a potential home. They're probably going to have some closing costs. They may or may not be paying a down payment, but there are going to be some costs associated with them up front for getting the house. That's just what happens, appraisals, inspections, so on and so forth. They don't want to even really have the chance in the back of their mind. I know there's always a chance, but they don't want in the back of their mind to have that chance. I could move in this house. I've liquidated a lot of my assets and my cash reserves, and my heat pump go out. And now I've got a $4,000 to $5,000 fix somewhere in that area to get this done. So they look. These are things that they look at and they really pay attention to. We had a home back in the summer that was listed that was a very hot property, a very, very, and when I mean hot, I don't mean like hot, I mean like people loved it, They were a lot of people looking. But we had 3 people in a row looked at the house that wanted to put an offer in. And as they were going through the home, they all noticed that the temperature in the home was higher than what the thermostat was set on. So they knew this thing's not heating, or this thing's not cooling right. This isn't working. This system isn't working. And it scared them off. It scared them off.
Which was a simple fix? They had to go get some gas or something?
They had to put whatever kind of gas that is that they're putting in now. They had to put that gas in there.
Cost them $50, $75. I have no clue what it cost them, but
it scared 3 buyers off.
Now we did sell it still yet. But
After the fix, people looked at it. Hey, everything's working right. So again, check your air conditioning, your heating, air and heating systems. What we should put there, because it's the same thing in the wintertime.
Absolutely.
Right now, man, it's been cold. It's going to get cold again this weekend. People don't want to.
Nobody probably wants to post those. I've seen a ton of people. Siobhan yesterday included was talking about these heat bills. Man,
they're skyrocketing. They're skyrocketing.
I saw a client that I sold a house to. She posted on Facebook last night. Said, "Oh my God, I about died when I saw my power bill." So probably don't want to see those bills right now.
Absolutely. So again, those are 2 things out of the 4 we're going to talk about today. Update the exterior, and definitely check your air, your heating and air system, whatever that is, whatever you use for your home. Make sure that you check that. 2 of the 4 repairs you need to do before repairs or upgrades that you need to do before placing your home on the market, we've talked about. Here's number 3, all right? And I would say this is a huge one, okay? Yes. We talked about the exterior. All right, now, if it passes the eye test, they like to come into the interior, okay? So here's tip number 3. Make sure that your floors and your floor covers, your floor covering, make sure that that's adequate. Right. Make sure, again. Now, are we saying brand new carpet, brand new hardwood floors all the way through? No, we're not. We're just saying make sure it has adequate floor covering. Now, there's a lot of reasons why. One of those that I'll hit here just quickly, but we won't go into too much detail about, is appraisal. It's got to have floor covering on some types of loans before it can even qualify for appraisal. So you need a good floor covering. But now, go back with us. It's passed the eye test to get on the inside. They've walked in the inside. They're going to start again. What do they see? What do they see?
Oh, yeah, they see.
Do they walk in and see, oh no, the floor, I got to replace all the flooring.
Right.
They're in their mind. Remember, we're taking you inside the mind of a buyer. They're seeing dollars.
Right. Yeah.
They're seeing
dollars.
Big
investment. They're making a big investment.
Yes. So they're seeing those things. Oh, I'm going to have to replace all this. Now, we fully understand sometimes it is what it is. You know what? You can't replace the floor covering. Right. It is what it is. But at least have it as clean as possible, even if there's stains.
Go to Food City. Ain't that where you can go down and rent those carpet cleaners? They'll rent you a carpet cleaner. Take you a Saturday and, man, just, clean those carpets. Mop your floors, whatever. Just make sure the floors
are as clean as possible. Clean as possible. If it's hardwood, laminate, mop it. Do all those things. If it's carpet, clean it to the best of your ability. You don't have to go spend a bunch of money and redo all the floors.
Right.
But again, when we're walking through homes with people, this is what we hear them saying.
Right.
We hear them say these things. I love the house. I love the neighborhood. I love the area. But I'm going to have to come in and do this. I'm going to have to come in and replace the flooring.
I don't have this wrote down, but this is a good something to think about too. And we've seen this happen a lot. We've had people do this. But if you don't have the money at the time to do floors, and you know that it's a need, that if you get those people coming in there and they keep saying, the floors are just terrible.
Right.
So if that's a problem and you got the equity where you're going to make a little money, you might want to go ahead and give a floor allowance. That happens a lot.
Set that aside.
Say, we'll give you X amount of dollars, $1,500, $2,000 at closing.
Yes. The deal's got to close.
The deal has to close before you do anything. But at closing, you'll give them a allowance for a floor allowance.
And then they can go pick their floors, put them in, solve that problem. No cash money out of your pocket.
Right.
It comes from your proceeds.
People say that a lot. I don't have the money to do it right now, but if you're going to make a good chunk of money,
what you have to look at is, you're paying a payment. So prolonging this, you're going to have to pay that payment longer. You're better off to give it up front. Somebody buys the house.
Right.
It's as broad as it is long.
Right.
Kind of thing. So again, that's number 3. Make sure your floors are adequate. Number 4, last one.
All right, your plumbing and electrical. Of course, plumbing's big. If your water pressure is not good, but make sure that you have no leaks.
Yes.
Make sure your electrical box is clean. Like your what am I trying to say? Your electrical box, your fuse, your breaker box. That's what I want to say. Yeah. Your breaker box. Make sure it's clean, and I'm not saying go in there with soap and water and clean it because you get shocked, but make sure it looks good. Because again, that's another thing that people check.
It's tidied up.
They want to know.
They ain't wires.
They don't want wires hanging everywhere. Again, if you can do that kind of stuff, do it. If not, I would definitely tell you to get a professional to do that, because that stuff you don't want to mess with.
Right.
But
again, I'll go back to appraisal. It depends on a lot of that stuff.
Yes.
A lot of them have the old circuit breaker, the old screw-in fuse type boxes.
Right.
You really need to update to a newer, more modern system for appraisal, loan purposes, so on and so forth. Again, there's qualifications on those loans that determine these kind of things. And again, these are
got a plug-in that don't work.
Yes.
Everybody's got one of those plug-ins that they know don't work. But go ahead and have that fixed.
Yes.
I mean, that's a very inexpensive fix, but in the buyer's mind, they think, okay, there's electrical problems here.
Absolutely.
It could just be the matter of a wire come off.
Right.
So, go ahead and have that stuff. The little things
make such a big deal.
Man, they
make such a big deal.
Like I said before, buyers are really coming in to pick it apart. They're trying to get the best deal.
That's right.
So if they see stuff that's wrong with this one, it's priced at this amount, and this one here is priced exactly the same, has no issues.
It's going to have the upper hand automatically.
Yes.
So again, that's why we're giving you today these 4 tips, 4 little tips, repairs, upgrades that you need to consider doing before placing your home on the market. That gets, again, it eliminates a lot of objections that a potential buyer could come in and give on your house. So some really good information today. Let's review the 4. Update the exterior. That's number 1 that we talked about. Number 2 is check your heating and air conditioning system. Have it serviced if possible. Number 3, make sure that you have adequate flooring, at least clean flooring.
Right.
We're going to say that. And number 4 is check your plumbing and your electrical systems to make sure they're up to code, working and functioning properly. So
we thank each and every one of you for listening to today's podcast. Tune in for future episodes by subscribing to our channel and get the latest and greatest real estate information right here on Lakeway Area Real Estate Talk Live, presented by Elite Realty Group. Until next time, have a great and blessed day.